101. Don't forget to slap the like button, subscribe to the channel for more content. This is gonna be a reaction. This time it's gonna be a react. This time, instead of ranting about something, I'm gonna do a reaction of something from WWE. I find something off the internet and I, talk about it. And this week I'm going to What Culture WWE section, and I saw this spot saying WWE TLC 2015, 8 matches that must happen. And here we go. And I have it printed out right here. I have it printed out right here, so I can read it. So number 8, WWE Intercontinental Championship match. Chairs match between Kevin Owens and Dean Ambrose. This would sound like a good match. After a controversial finish in a match on SmackDown earlier this month, it was believed that Kevin Owens and Dean Ambrose would meet at Survivor Series for the Intercontinental title on the line. But when Seth Rollins found himself with a knee injury, both men would be entered into the WWE World Heavyweight Championship tournament. They ended up making it to the semifinals and meeting at Survivor Series, though the IC title was not for grabs. Ambrose beat Owens and advanced to the finals of this tournament. Ambrose's victory over Owens gives him more causes for a shot at the Intercontinental Championship. The two can clash again at TLC in a brutal chairs match. And though they brand of Val is typically the weakest of the TLC gimmicks, Ambrose and Owens are talented and innovative enough to make it work. This would result in would be a wild brawl with Owens taking advantage of the stipulation to defeat the Lunatic Fringe after a pop-up powerbomb on a unfolded chair. That match I agree with. That should happen. And I'll tell you why. In case you don't understand it from that. I'll tell you why it should happen. You have Dean Ambrose, Lunatic Fringe. He's kind of like the modern day version of Mick Foley. And you know that's like one of the reasons why it should happen. Because Dean Ambrose, he's a modern day version of Mick Foley. That you might not know, like, just look at, like, he has kind of a similar move set. Like, he has the double arm DDT, like Mick Foley does. The only difference is his is called Dirty Deeds. That's like the only difference. Other than that, it's the same move. And plus, they gave Ambrose a few kind of Mick Foley kind of spots, so it does really go with him. So that's alright. That's number 8. Number 7, Chris Jericho versus Tyler Breeze. Many have been surprised when Tyler Breeze scored a quick, decisive victory over Dolph Ziggler at Survivor Series. But like it or not, Breeze may be the closest thing that WWE has a new star at this point. The company's creative team should be booking him strongly, giving him huge wins, and inserting him in hot angles, and hoping for the best. Chris Jericho probably works house shows these days, but the company needs him for a television food. He can hopefully answer the call. Jericho has demonstrated a desire to elevate up-and-coming talent in the past, especially Fandango for all the long-term good that it did, and the opportunity to work with Tyler Breeze. A former student of Jericho's longtime friend Lance Storm may be tantalizing enough for Y2J to miss a few studio dates as he works on Fozzie's upcoming album. The bout itself will be a well-worked contest, hoping longer than the Breeze and Ziggler match in Jericho's last televised match against Kevin Owens, with Breeze getting a clean win, further elevating him potentially in preparation for an upward Rogan. So this match, I can see what he's coming with. I can see, I can see, that he's coming with this idea that Chris Jericho, he is like the person to put over now. I don't know why WWE decided to do that, but that's the case. He's like the person that they used to put over. I don't know if that's a good thing. Like, it's a good thing when, like, it's someone, like, growing. But if it's gonna be, like, the same person that's been doing this time after time again, then it's not gonna seem as much. Because they know that he's putting over somebody. And nobody likes spoilers. Alright, move on to number 6. A tag team championship match. The New Day versus the Usos versus the Lucha Dragon. Lately, people have begun to claim that there is a tag team renaissance in WWE. In the truth, the company isn't really putting any more focus on division than they have in recent years. It's just so happening that the reigning champions, the New Days, are the most entertaining act in all of WWE. That doesn't mean that they're the only talented tag team, though. WWE has a history with underutilizing great tandems, and they need to avoid falling into that trap. But again, the logical solution is a triple threat match for the tag team titles, with the New Day defending against both Lucha Dragons and the Usos. Both such challengers have earned title shots, and both are more capable of holding up their end of an exciting bout. After lots of high-flying moves and near falls, the New Day would retain the title by beating the Lucha Dragons, setting the stage for a standard tag team showdown with the Usos at Royal Rumble. My opinion about this match. This match shouldn't happen for TLC. And I'll tell you, actually, mainly 3 reasons why. 1, this is the Dudley Boyz style pay-per-view. Because think about it. Because, you know what the TLC stands for? It stands for tables. The Dudley Boyz have been famous for tables. And we never saw that one match when the Dudley Boyz faced the Usos in a tables match. We never saw that match. So WWE, make this match happen. Make this match happen. Tag Team Championships. Tables match. The Dudleys versus the Usos. In an elimination table match. Make that match happen. Number 5. A United States Championship match between Alberto Del Rio and John Cena. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Oh, sorry. With Alberto Del Rio and John Cena. I just like that. That's so funny. So here we go. So Del Rio made a surprise appearance at WWE at Survivor Series, defeating John Cena to become the United States Champion. That's basically the only hype in his temperature with the company. He hasn't gotten over like higher ups of hope, nor is his ill-conceived Mex America gimmick struck a chord with anybody. While Del Rio is a talented performer, he's currently in need of some serious rehabbing. Cena has been off TV since his loss to Del Rio, but he's been advertised for a December 19th house show. So returning 6 days earlier doesn't seem too unlikely. Del Rio can come out on pay-per-view and announce that he is being forced to defend his title in every loud open challenge, and returning Cena will shock the United States Champion, capturing the title in a heated match in his hometown. After that, a furious Del Rio fires Zeb Coulter as his manager and bring back Ricardo Rodriguez, and his first step in getting El Patron in some much needed heat. My opinion about the Mex America. I'm going to start off with this. My opinion about the Mex America gimmick. I think it is absolutely stupid. Like, why? Whose idea was it to come up with Mex America? Like, we don't need Mex America. I don't believe we do. We don't. Another thing that kind of my opinion on with Mex America that Cena shouldn't have lost. I understand the reason Cena lost out because he was asking for time off because he's doing something with this show. But still, don't have Cena. You shouldn't have let Cena go away with the title. Let him do it. Because it's not like the WWE World Heavyweight Championship where you expect that to be kind of every pay-per-view. The United States Championship, it can miss one pay-per-view or two. Heck, it just did at Survivor Series, so that you basically, like, there's no titles defended at Survivor Series, which is another stupid thing. But I will talk about that in matches I think that should have happened at Survivor Series for another video. So that's that match. Number 4, Dolph Ziggler versus King Barrett. Few formally pushed wrestlers in WWE find themselves in positions as unenviable as Dolph Ziggler and Bad News Barrett. Both former main eventers and WWE Championship contenders, Ziggler has been regulated putting over new talent, while Barrett has hardly been able to pick up a victory since becoming King of the Ring. That is a shame. Particularly Ziggler is talented enough to be headlines for the company, especially considering who's currently holding the WWE title. A match between two men that, with that current level of luck, may not scream pay-per-view, but Ziggler and Barrett would undoubtedly deliver. In the end, the hope would be to elevate Ziggler, who could pick up a win over Barrett en route to a push. The WWE is so desperate to make new stars, they've resurrected Sheamus. It seemed like giving Dolph more of a prominent role on TV into a more WrestleMania match, which would be a no-brainer. My opinion is on Dolph Ziggler versus King Barrett. Honestly, I should make a video on how WWE should book King Barrett, because what was the point of having a King of the Ring if all he was going to do later was just lose matches? Like, I thought that was going to be Barrett's opportunity. I thought that's where we're going to get a huge push for Barrett. Maybe even regain the Intercontinental Championship, which probably people would be complaining about, but would probably be good for Barrett. Either, like, honestly, Barrett deserves a chance. Like, Barrett, honestly, I will talk about how I would have booked Barrett winning the King of the Ring tournament. Like, I'll be talking about, like, how, like, if that was the case, you should have let who Barrett was facing at the time, Neville, win the tournament. He was just going to be losing matches over and over again. If that was the case you're planning for, but just, I'll probably talk about it later. So just stay tuned channel for that. Subscribe for more content on that. 3. A Divas Championship ladder match. This sounds pretty interesting right now. Charlotte the Champion versus Sasha Banks versus Paige. This sounds pretty shocking. Many words have been already written about how the Divas Revolution has been an abject failure, but the Survivor Series match between Charlotte and Paige was perhaps the most damning indictment of it yet. After weeks of teasing a heel turn and then more weeks of openly attacking top babyface Charlotte, Paige was actually cheering about with the Divas Champion. It's neither woman's fault. Both are talented performers working with bad, in some cases, material. But the results are the results. What has made NXT Women's Division a success and willingness to go is really the WWE does. And Sasha Banks to dominate the conversation point where she was the most popular diva on WWE despite her lack of a role. It's time for the company to make some serious changes to the division, and those changes start with both Banks and some originally. The first ever Divas ladder match may sound like a risky proportion, but few women in WWE history has been up as a challenge. Banks, Charlotte, and Paige, which hasn't really paid enough for some of her more incendiary comments towards Charlotte. The match will represent a real revolution for the Divas, as would finish a clean victory by Sasha Banks. Alright, this needs to be said. The Divas Revolution is absolute bullshit. It is the worst thing ever produced on the card. And if you watched Raw last night and you saw the match between Paige and Charlotte, that match was absolutely horrible. It was so bad, I couldn't even watch the rest of it. And I usually never change the channel during Divas, but I just couldn't watch it because all it was just them pulling each other's hair and then just slapping each other in the face like a cat fight. Like, people might be happy to see a cat fight with Divas, but this is not fighting. This is wrestling. This is a sport. And heck, you wouldn't see this kind of crap in NXT. So why are we seeing it on the main roster? If you wouldn't do it in NXT, then why in the hell would you even do it on the main roster? Number 2, a tables match between The Undertaker and Braun Strowman. Let's make one thing perfectly. The Undertaker is not wrestling Braun Strowman at WrestleMania, with the event already suffering from several high-profile absences. I'll be making a rant video about that. Check it out later. WWE can't run the risk of delivering the best card they possibly can. The most tantalizing match the creative team can sell at WrestleMania is Undertaker versus John Cena. So expect that. Not a bout with a no-name comer who can't wrestle and fill the female's dance card at the shows. With that out of the way, there's no reason why Undertaker can't clash with Strowman at TLC. The giant of the Wyatt family was largely protected as Survivor Series, remaining out of the match, and only being put down when Kane put him through a table with a double chokeslam. In a one-on-one bout, albeit one with loss of interference, the outcome could be different, and that would sell a Taker-Strowman match at TLC. The Undertaker would end up scoring the win, but the decision makers would get to have their cake and eat it too. So he'll be put through a table. Strowman can still be hyped as never being pinned or submitted. This has been on Raw for a few weeks. That they've been hyping Braun Strowman being undefeated, and I don't think he needs to. I don't think that he needs to be hyped as undefeated. He just needs to be a monster in the ring. He doesn't need an undefeated streak. He's not like EC3 and TNA where he's like a rich guy. He's a snob and all this kind of stuff. Braun Strowman is not like that. That's good for an undefeated guy. But Braun Strowman he doesn't need the undefeated streak. He just needs to be a straight up monster. So, in my opinion, this match shouldn't happen at TLC. Give Undertaker a month off, because he's been wrestling for a few pay-per-views non-stop. Give him a month off, and maybe schedule him for Royal Rumble. Maybe schedule for Royal Rumble, or just Fastlane. Look, don't give Undertaker another pay-per-view match, because he's had SummerSlam, Hell in a Cell, and Survivor Series. So he had, and WrestleMania. So he's had 4 this year, which is already more. I don't think Undertaker needs another pay-per-view match this year. I don't think he does. And the number 1, the WWE World Heavyweight Championship match between TLC match between Sheamus and Roman Reigns. As Survivor Series finished off, there could only be one main event for TLC. Roman Reigns coming for revenge on Sheamus, attempting to recapture the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. Given the nature of the bout, this bout must be TLC. Hopefully both men will apply all the stops to make this match memorable, because when it comes to crowd reaction, the bout will likely need all the help it can get. Expect lots of high spots and big bumps, as well as interference from Dean Ambrose, possibly him setting up a future opponent for Sheamus and Triple H to build a WrestleMania feud with Roman Reigns. As for who wins, doesn't really matter. Reigns now has the stigma of being a lame duck champion, while nobody cares about Sheamus. At a time when WWE should be trying to get its ducks in a row for the greatest WrestleMania of all time, they're in catch-22 with their world title. While these matches may take TLC a quality show, facing these companies from heading into 616 is a much taller order. One can only hope that the creative team is up for this challenge. That's basically the article. That's basically the 8 matches that from what Culture says should happen. And this match, I'll talk about it right now. I think that for TLC, like this match, I understand it happening. I totally understand it. But like I said in the tournament, why was Sheamus even in the tournament? I'm okay with him cashing in, but just the fact that he was in the tournament earlier doesn't make really any sense because he has Money in the Bank with him. So it's already kind of clear that they're going to hype Sheamus, so they had him lose one match. That way they could just use the briefcase and expire that. That is just stupid. My opinion, it's stupid about that. That's it. That is the What Culture article. I give credit to What Culture. Thank you for making the article, and hopefully you don't get any copyright issues because I just give credit. I'll even put in the comment section credit to whatculture.com. But again, thank you guys for watching this. Thank you guys for putting up with me again for another video. Just thanks for watching. If you want to hit the like button, don't forget subscribe to my channel for more content uploaded on a more consistent basis. So again, thanks for watching. Until next time, peace out. Phenomenal.